Good morning from the Kennedy Space Center in Cape Canaveral, Florida. We're here today to see space stuff, obviously. They really like to turn up the air conditioning, even though it's only like 74 outside, so they don't really need it, but whatever. And yes, I'm right next to a bathroom, so it's loud, but anyway, enjoy.
Saturn, ignition sequence start. 3, 2, 1, ignition. We have liftoff.
No, you can't even see it.
No, right, left. It is the VAB. It's the vehicle of segment building. It is 129 million cubic feet. At the time it was built, it was the largest in the world. And that's by volume. You can't even see
The
how.
fog is so crazy.
It's too foggy to see the top of it. Okay, it's not it's still very warm outside though.
Launch control for the Apollo missions. This is not a mock-up. These are the very consoles we sat at when men first took off to fly to the moon. The tragedy of Apollo 1 had put us a year and a half behind. We were making up for it in one big leap, and we were doing it with a rocket that no man had ever flown before. It was a few days before Christmas, 1968, when Apollo 8 sat on the pad. She was the first of a new kind, a moon rocket. This was the Phoenix, risen from the ashes of Apollo 1. The first Apollo crew did not die in vain. This was to be their testament. "36 stories high, she had been fully fueled throughout the night. The liquid oxygen in her tanks caused ice to form on the outside of the craft. The extreme temperature differences between the air and the sub-zero fuel caused the metal skin of the rocket to expand and contract. Everyone who was on the pad agreed. It was as though the rocket was alive, breathing, straining at the leash. Earlier in the morning, astronauts Frank Borman, Jim Lovell, and Bill Anders had made their final preparations before taking that long ride out to the waiting spacecraft. The minimum safe distance from a Saturn V at liftoff was 3 miles. The reason was simple. When fully fueled, the rocket contained the explosive power of an atomic bomb. As the clock counted down, the astronauts and all of us in launch control went through the pre-flight checks, our hands on the controls of the most powerful, most complex machine ever built. It had over 2 million separate systems, and to bring these men back alive, everything had to work perfectly.
Final reports from Frank Borman at this time. Final look at the switch list of work of this spacecraft. 20 seconds. All aspects we are still prepared at this time.
15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10.
And as with everything, of course, there's a gift shop on the way out. But anyway, the whole room takes mission control room, which is cool. Yeah.
I actually got caught up in
Kind of just like stands there. It's bizarre. But I guess you can ask questions on here.
Apollo 17 was selected to go to the Valley of Taurus Littrow, a very difficult and challenging site to land in, but one which we felt very comfortable that we could do. It provided us with a three-dimensional view of the lunar surface, and one which turned out to be far more exciting than even we had anticipated. The Valley of Taurus Littrow is deeper than the Grand Canyon. That is, the mountains on either side go to over 7,000 feet, and therefore, in that narrow valley, only 7 kilometers wide, you have an opportunity to see the structure of the lunar surface much more detailed than we had been able to see anywhere else. It also had some apparent very interesting volcanic features. And it turns out that after we sampled some of those features that we now know that explosive, extremely active volcanoes existed on the moon, not recently as we suspected, but in fact 3.5 billion years ago. That's a lot.
Just having some more technical difficulties. GoPro's been annoying me a lot lately, so. No idea what we're doing next. Probably go into the Atlantis building right here. I think it was new when I was here last, which was like, I don't know, 8 years ago. So I don't remember a whole lot of it. Maybe even 9 years ago. It's either 8 or 9. It's a very long time ago. And I haven't been to Florida in 4 years because of COVID, which sucks, but probably gonna go and then maybe find some snacks after. Stickers. Do not hang on bar for demonstration purposes only. Well, I probably can jump up there, so.
Nursery program in the high gear.
Rocket garden.
Some 2 months later,
Christmas
Gus
tree and
Grissom
everything.
copied on Shepard's mission. The following February, on February 20th, 1962, John Glenn climbed aboard the bigger rocket, the Mercury Atlas. What you see there was one
We're going to create America's next spacecraft. It's going to launch like a rocket and land like an airplane, and it's going to be reusable.
Can't do it with a rocket.
It's not a rocket, it's a shuttle.
Now it's time to go to the next step. Sketch pad to launch pad. Going to the moon was a camping trip. Now our job is to work and live in space. This vehicle has to do something that we have never done before. Perform 4 key tasks and be able to do them over and over again. There is nothing easy about putting a ship back up into space, let alone a whole fleet of ships. But first, let's talk about the launch. We have never designed engines and vehicles that can be reused. But we will, and once we're in orbit, we go to work. We want to take all kinds of cargo up there in addition to the people. Science labs, satellites, even the space station. And when all the work is done, we got to bring everybody back home. All right now, country's waiting.
Welcome to space.
That's making me dizzy. Now we're in the Space Shuttle Atlantis building. Very impressive. I vaguely remember this from the first time I went in. But basically the screen in there turned kind of, I guess, not translucent, but you could see through it, and then it just opened up to this. Very cool effect. They like doing that here, I guess. Looks kind of sectiony, probably because it is. This sort of bed, what you call it, chamber kind of thing. And here's all the countries that participate in the ISS. So, is Russia still up there? Here's the memorial for the Challenger in Columbia. then for Christmas, they've made the NASA meatball a Christmas ornament. So that concludes our day here at Kennedy Space Center. We're going back to have lunch or dinner with my grandparents. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so I'm not gonna film anything tomorrow because I'll be with family. And then on Friday we're actually going to Disney, which we surprisingly got. So, yeah. We didn't plan very well today, so we didn't get as much in as we should have, but I mean, we kind of got up late, so. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and share it with people if you enjoyed, and be prepared for some Disney content in a couple of days, probably, if I have time to edit all of this with my homework and such.